Hello, everybody, once again to the Buzz Expo. We're happy to introduce you to Shama Zehra. Shama is the founder and CEO of Jetzy, and her topic today is Live the Jetzy life and get access to 5 million Generation Z and Millennial travelers. That's quite a number, right? Welcome, Shama. I'm sure our audience is waiting to get to know more about you and the Jetzy life. Please introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Shama Zehra. I'm the founder and CEO of JetSee, which is the world's first real-time dedicated platform for people who love to travel. We started this company 6 years ago in 2014. At that time, there wasn't a dedicated. Now there are a few other dedicated social networks for travelers. And the idea is that, when you go somewhere, you do not want to have just the touristy trap, or you want to have an authentic local experience versus the experiences where you're just stuck on Times Square in New York and you're doing what all the other tourists do. Whereas what you do is when you come to New York, you connect with me. I live in the West Village, which is one of the cutest neighborhood in New York City. You find out that I'm a fashionista, I'm a foodie, I'm a hiker, I'm a beach lover, and you ask me what is the best thing to do so that you can travel like a local. So that's the idea, that you can not only just connect with me, but also get maybe get to hang out with me, because I am the type of person who love to hang out with people who are visiting New York if I have time. But there are people who become part of JetSee who want to connect with other people, and that's the whole concept about JetSee. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about why a lot of millennials and Gen Z are involved in JetSee, what you need to do to get the millennials and Gen Z involved in your brand, what are they looking for, and then how can we help if you would like to partner with JetSee. So let's go. I'm going to share some presentation with you. Okay, can you see my presentation?
Yes, it's on.
Okay, great. So let's let's look at what millennials are looking for, right? And in order to engage millennials, it's very important to understand what this breed is all about. So let's see, there are a few things that are very important to millennials. So the generation that was Generation X, and the baby boomers before that, there was a lot of commercialization in them. Their life was all about making money, especially in the US. I'm not 100% sure about all the countries, but in the US, the people, it's all about capitalism. But whereas the millennial and Gen Z both, they are not that driven by money. They are more driven by purpose. They want to have a difference in life, and because of that they're not making as much money as their parents were making at their age. So they really want to save and they want to spend wisely. It's very important for them. You will see that their feeling of financial security, self-reliance and responsibility is much higher than their parents when they were their age. Then there's a very important thing that you all need to learn about millennials, that you cannot sell to millennials, they sell it to themselves. That is a super important distinction that is there. And 91% of millennials, they buy based on the recommendations from their friends or their peer group. So if you put in an ad about a tour that is happening somewhere in Africa, the chances are they'll pay attention. But if you do experiential marketing and show that other millennials are enjoying that and their friends are recommending that, then you will get much better ROI on your ad. Does that make sense? So that's why social media marketing has done really well for millennials, because people like to understand, people like to learn from each other. They want to get recommendations from each other. Then I'm sure you all know that millennials value experiences much higher than physical products. If you talk to the credit card companies, they will tell you that in that age group, the experiences spend on the experiences getting higher and higher, whereas the spend on goods and services is not that high as compared to their parents. um, they're very big on choices, so they like to have a lot of different choices. So you don't want to show them just one or two things, but show them a few things before they make up their mind. They want to have choices. So these are just a few things that are different about millennials that I wanted to share. Then let's specifically talk about Gen Z. Gen Z is this new generation that's coming out. They are very stylish. They love to spend money. They are a little bit different from millennials. They like to spend a little bit more money if they can see value. It's the online experience is very important for them as well. They're very digital. These are the Snapchat audience, Instagram audience. They were born in that age, so a millennial is still a little bit older, and these are very young. These are people who are, let's say, I think under 25 or 28. So that's the age group that is. And make sure that your tech is really cool. It's not just glitchy or slow or old or boring. You need to bring really cool logo, really cool animation, or a good online and digital experience when you're talking to these Gen Z. They're pretty open minded. They're very focused on diversity and inclusion. They are also very purpose driven. They want to live a life of purpose. It's not all about money for them, but they do want to spend more than the millennials do, and they go on emotional purchases. um, they're also environmentally conscious, so people who are focused on sustainable travel will attract these people. And they are also very social. I mean, social in terms of uh, social networking, but also they care about social causes and giving back to the community. So those are the things that they're pretty um, you know savvy on, and they care about that. Then what else? Yeah, as I told you earlier, they want to pay for experiences. They focus a lot on authenticity. Yeah. So this is something that is a bit common in millennials and Gen Z as well. Millennial is also very focused on authenticity, so they want to have a local experience. They don't want to be a tourist. But Gen Z is a little bit more than that. And I can't tell you how many times the Gen Z community have been telling me that we don't want to do what everybody else do. We don't want to do the touristy thing. We want to have our own experience, and we want to have an authentic local experience. They want to gravitate towards companies that are purpose driven from a consumer and customer standpoint, and they are authentic and they stand apart from the competition. So that's a little bit about Gen Z and millennials. So let me a bit tell you a little bit about JetSee. 90% of our audience is millennial and Gen Z, and we have more than 500,000 people involved in our network. We reach about, this number is a little old. We reach about 5 million people monthly, almost 6 to 7 million impressions we get, and almost 3.5 million people engage with our platform. What is this? It's to connect with like-minded people, get authentic recommendations, get rewarded for free and discounted travel. We give rewards to people. We have people in more than 170 countries. Again, it's a little bit more about Gen Z, Gen X, and Gen Y. Most of our community is Gen Z and Gen Y. If you look at Gen Y, which is the millennial, just that particular group spends about $219 billion every year, and they are 150 million people in the international travel spend community. So this I'm not talking about the millennial which is poor. There are also millennial who are staying in only in hostels and holding on to their bread and peanut butter to spend the whole week. This is not that audience I'm talking about. I'm talking about flashbackers who are different from backpackers, and they spend about $219 billion every year. And they travel about 4 to 5 times a year, actually sometimes 6 times a year on an average. Some people I know, they travel between 9 to 10 times a year, especially in the Gen Y community. We have a lot of celebrities, artists, business influencers, and media influencers involved in our community. We did a survey, and our average Jetzy user earns $100,000 or more a year. So they have money to spend. They value a lot on experiences, and their purchasing power is much higher. We also have affiliations with 13 universities, top business schools, alumni like, UPenn, Cornell, Chicago, Michigan, London Business School, and INSEAD. And that's a very spendy community. They travel a lot. And I'm one of them, actually. I went to two business schools, and that's why I've been on the board of these organizations. So we have a very uh, peculiar opportunity to present and market to these people who are attending, do have very high purchasing power, and they travel the world. And this is the average JetSee user. They value experiences a lot. They want to immerse themselves into a culture, and they want to have an authentic local experience. They want to meet new people. They take 5 to 6 trips, as I said, a year, on an average. They value digital media a lot. They want to book a trip. They pick up their phone. They want to call a friend. They pick up their phone, of course, but they anything that they want to do, they want to do it on the phone. So they buy trips on the phone. They buy insurance on the phone. They really value lifestyle, and they prefer to travel like a local, like I told you earlier. We have a ton of influencers in our platform. These are just some of the photos that I've shown you. This person, if you Google him, he's a very famous economist, and he's part of our JetSee network. He travels all the time. This person, if you Google, I've just put in some, there are many like these. He's a billionaire. He owns about 40 companies. And you would see him when he's in Dubai, or in Switzerland. I would see him on JetSea, and he would be checking it out and seeing who can he can connect with. We have a lot of travel bloggers as well, and they are, as you know, travel all the time. We have hundreds of travel bloggers involved, and they are in turn, they have a lot of followers. So if we partner up with a brand, we can not only market on our platforms, but we can also market alongside a lot of different influencers that we have who are part of our community, and we partner with them. So, what are the different partnership opportunities with JetSee? The different advertising options. We can put together a targeted campaign as per people's budget to reach a very highly digital affluent users. We can target our users using various factors such as location, age range, their interest, their income. We have a lot of information about our users, so we can pretty much target a different age group or geography. Plus, we have 50 plus influencers that have 45 million travelers in their network. So we can also do a campaign where a brand would want to have access to a huge database of people. So it could be that people want to just launch a brand, and they can come to us and say, hey, JetSee, we would like to reach 50 million audience at the same time. We can do that for them. What type of different campaigns we can do? We can do social media marketing. We can do email marketing. We can do Facebook event. We can create an event saying that, hey, there is a deal out there for XYZ airline for this month. And then we can get people to join that event. We can do in-app advertising. We can do promotion through influencers. We can do buzz marketing. Buzz marketing is super effective. So buzz marketing is like we are creating a buzz. There will be a lot of dialogues on Facebook, Instagram about a brand that, hey, have you checked this out? I just joined so and so. I just took a trip with so and so. It was super cool. So it's like very normal dialogues that are happening, which is looks very authentic. It doesn't look like an ad. So we can even do buzz marketing. So you will see tons of people going on the web and talking about your brand. We can do different type of campaign packages and event packages. We're happy to discuss with people according to their budget, especially these days because of coronavirus. We are offering a lot of help to people because we understand it's a bad time. So we want to help people get back into the game and get in front of the millennial and Gen Z users. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you all know about email marketing, but it's one of the best way to reach your audience. You can get your brand inside people's inbox, and you can develop a targeted email campaign by adding attractive content about your brand that can be delivered to the audience and could be the right fit for your audience. Then we can do a bunch of different in-app advertising depending on your budget. We can post photos. We can post different type of rewards. We have a reward program where a lot of people go and check that, and then we could insert your brand into our rewards program according to your budget. Again, we can bring it on the top, and then I can then put that out in front of the targeted audience. Um, it would be best actually if you guys, or if somebody wants to offer a free experience or a free trip to users, because that would be a huge positioning of your brand in front of the millennial and Gen Z audience. So you offer something for free, it doesn't cost that much, but you can get a lot of ROI out of that because we can blast that out to a lot of people at the same time, and then people will pay attention because it's free. So that can help you position your brand in front of a lot of people. I already talked about Facebook events. I'm pretty sure you all know, but we can put together a Facebook advertising campaign. The difference is that if you put it on your Facebook, you probably will get, I don't know how many likes, but sometimes we get 5,000, 4,000 likes when we put anything on our platform and boost it for a very small amount of money, because we have a lot of people engaged in our community. So we get a lot of likes and engagement on our um, Facebook. Sometimes people don't like that much because we have a little bit older audience. It's not just that Instagram audience that we have, that is just going to like and Snapchat audience, but we also have people who have money. So not all the time they would like, but we see from the back end that people see the post and they engage with it. There are additional partnership opportunities. We can create events. We're now doing digital events versus physical events. We have, we can target that to different audience. So if anybody wants to just create an event for the affluent community in New York City, we can do that. We have a lot of people involved in New York who travel all the time. So that is definitely an option for people. This is just a little bit of about JetSee. We have been published as the best social app for travelers. This was just recent in best business travel app by Business News Daily. We were endorsed by Swiss Airline as the travel app pick as to travel like a local. We have a lot of business influencers who are praising us. This is actually the head of innovation of Red Bull. And he posted this photo on JetSee and he said, not only I love JetSee, but my 15-year-old son loves JetSee too. So that was pretty cool for us when we saw that. Uh, and we have a lot of travel influencers involved. You guys can go Google us. We've been published by Huffington Post, The Points Guy. We have not paid anybody a single penny for this publication, and that's pretty much it. I would love to take any questions. If people have any questions, or if you may want to share something, I would love that as well.
So everybody, feel free. You see the Q&A section on the lower part of your screen if you have any questions. We still have some minutes left in the time here in this presentation. So Shama, what would you, for example, if I may start the questions, what would you suggest? Anybody who would like to get in contact with you, how do you usually, find the best solution for those who want to partner with you?
The best solution is that you can contact us through Instagram, Facebook. You can definitely write to me. My email is there. It's shama@jetseeapp.com. We are very responsive. You can go on our website. There's a contact email address. We check that all the time. So there are a bunch of different ways to contact us. So feel free to contact us. We have a lot of deals going on right now for what you may call brands right now.
Mhm.
So we are happy to talk to you and understand your needs and give you very cheap advertising right now.
Yeah, I think that's a great way. So first getting in contact and really finding out what what the people needs are, as you already said, and then go to start. I think that's the best way to go for that. Are there any more questions here from the audience? Feel free to ask.
Can I ask questions from the audience or no?
Yeah, you can, of course.
Okay, I would love to know who's attending. If I can see Pauline Favre.
Yeah, you can all write in the chat as well if you like. If you don't want to use the Q&A section,
Yeah,
feel
may,
free to say hello.
yes, I would love to know who is in the audience. So, especially
You see,
Pauline. Sorry.
Rachel Heller wrote hi. So, hi, Rachel. Do you
So,
have any
Rachel,
question maybe?
yeah, Rachel, what do you do? I would love to know. I'm a blogger, but my numbers are quite small. Do you work with microbloggers? Absolutely. We work with microbloggers. We also publish bloggers, by the way, so we can help you get more followers. That's what we do for microbloggers. We have definitely, I mean, we work with both men and women, but especially for women, we have a really cool program. We
So,
do both. We can even publish your interview.
that sounds great. And we here we got a question from Donald Gaston or Gaston. I don't know how this is pronounced correctly. I hope I did it right. Hi, how many countries do you have users in?
We have users in 170 countries. So pretty
What
much
is quite a
every,
number, right?
yeah, so you can pretty much go to any small country. It's funny, we have one of our investors who was traveling to, his assistant was going to Hawaii on an island that I hadn't heard. So and I was like, oh, I'm not too sure if there's anybody there. And we opened up and there were two people there and she was able to connect with them. So that was pretty cool.
That sounds cool. And we have Pauline now in the Q&As. Hello, I work in Korea in a travel agency and we
Oh,
have daily tours. I'm
that's
curious about the app, so I'm watching from Seoul.
Oh,
That's
where are you reading that?
in the Q&A section down below. You should see
Okay.
there.
Yeah, Pauline, definitely get in touch with us. We may have people who want to go to Korea, so we would love to see what you have. Oh, the question disappeared.
Yeah. So, could you share contact email address?
Oh, sure. How do I share it?
You can easily put that in the chat down below. Just make sure that all attendees receive that one.
Okay, so where do I type here? Okay. Um, so I'll
Of
give you
course,
my.
for everyone, Shama is, of course, member of the BUZZ.travel platform as well. So, and she has a stand there. So you can, of course, find the contact information there as well. And, of course, contact her there. And
Yeah,
it will
yeah,
be
I have
published here, of
joined.
course, as well.
I gave you both the partnerships at jetseeapp.com and Shama at jetseeapp.com.
Yeah. Okay.
When you say you work
Perfect.
in a travel agency in Korea, what type of tours that you do? Could you share a contact email address? I just shared it in the chat. Can you see me?
It should be there, yeah. So let's get to the next questions. We have some minutes left. Anonymous question, what countries is JetSee most active in?
Um, it depends. We have different platforms. If you look at app, definitely US. If you look at social media, it's Asia and Europe, I think. If we look at our emails and events groups, it's more US. So, but it all depends which platform. That's a good question, actually.
Yeah,
Um, if anybody wants to target the Asian travelers, we have a lot of Asian travelers who are in what you may call Asia. They travel a lot, the Asian travelers.
that's
Any
true.
other question?
So we have Pauline. She is in contact already with one of your stuff. Well, if that has been now, you have been very quick, Pauline. Great. So you will be having a meeting tomorrow, I see. Perfect. And Pauline just lets us know here she does daily tours, DMZ city tours. So
Okay, daily tours, DMZ city tours. What is DMZ? What does DMZ mean?
let us know, Pauline. Or maybe it's the name of the company as well.
Okay, who's Sarah Ann Anderson?
Demilitarized zone.
Sorry?
Now we got it. The demilitarized zone.
Oh, okay.
That's
That's
perfect.
interesting to know because in Korea they're
Of
okay. And
course.
who's
Maybe
Sarah
some things you don't really at first thought about it. So yeah, of course, that's good to know.
and who's Sarah Ann Anderson? Can you tell us about yourself?
So Rachel just told us she's between the North and South Korea in the demilitarized zone. That's good.
Oh wow, that sounds great. I would love to go to Korea. I've never been. Have
Should
you?
be interesting, right? No, no, I've never been there, but
Yeah.
interesting for sure to explore that one.
Yes, exactly.
So, and we see last information now here. Sarah Ann Sanderson, I represent properties and products in South Africa and Zanzibar.
Oh wow, that sounds cool. Where are you reading the answers, by the way? I can't see it.
In the chat where you have been posting your email in.
Really? I don't see it for some reason.
That's strange. I don't know. This should work just in the chat view.
Okay.
So, but Shema, we are now, we're at our half an hour. We're running a bit out of time.
Okay.
So I would just encourage everybody who's interested in JetSee and to know more, maybe start a cooperation to really get in touch. As you have seen in the chat, you have the emails to get in contact. Shema is, of course, on BUZZ.travel as well. Send an email, get in contact, get in touch, figure out what's the right way to do your promotion, how you can partner with her. I think that's a great opportunity for everybody. And Shema, some words to close this session here.
Well, thank you all very much. We would love for you to contact us and tell your friends about it because sometimes your advertising could be very very inexpensive, especially for coronavirus. We're offering a lot of deals. And Sarah, definitely get in touch with her because we know a lot of people who would like to go to South Africa and Zanzibar. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time and appreciate Marcus. Appreciate your time as well.
It had
And
been my pleasure.
thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. Stay safe. Have a great day. Everybody else who's watching today, have a great day. Stay safe. So, and as I said, let's all work together. Let's all stay or get and stay in touch. Have
Thank
a
you.
great day.
Take
See
care.
ya. Bye bye.